Good morning, grade 7. I hope you are fine. Today, we have a new lesson. It talks about eclipses and tides. I'm sure you all have ideas about it. But before I start, I want to tell you that I will attach a tide lesson as usual on lesson later on today. Eclipses and tides. First of all, we have to define many words, many important words in our lesson. The first one is shadow. What is a shadow? These are shadows. In fact, a shadow is a dark area or shape. It's produced by a body or an object that comes between the rays of light and a surface. As you can see here in the picture, I have a source of light and I have an object that is blocking this light. So that's how I will have shadow formed on the screen or the surface. I have two kinds of shadows. I have the umbra and the penumbra. What is the difference between them? The umbra, as you can see, is black. It's very dark. As for the penumbra, it's gray. Why? As you can see, I have a shadow divided into two parts. One of them is really dark in the middle. The other one is not as dark as the first one. So that's why I have what I called umbra and penumbra. The umbra is the darkest part of a shadow where the light source is completely blocked. It's the darkest part, the black part. The penumbra, it's a part of the shadow, it's also a shadow, in which only some of the light is blocked. It's here, part A, it's the penumbra, and B is the umbra. Now, how to draw shadows? This is the light source. It can be a lamp, it can be the sun, it can be anything. This light source is going to give us some rays, but I have a problem. There's an object in the way. So to draw the shadows, first of all, you can't say extremities, but they are approximately the extremities of the two objects. Okay, so this area that you have now behind the ball, this is the umbra, and it is really dark. But that's not the only shadow that you will have, because you will have also the penumbra, and it won't be as dark as the umbra. You will take the extremities, but switch this time. You will get two parts, one above the umbra and one below. Both of them are called penumbra. Both of them are shadows, but they are not as dark as the umbra. So this is the shadow form. Now, one of the most important examples is eclipses. As you can see, okay, this is our solar system, and the source of light is definitely the sun. The eclipses, they are the result of the alignment of Earth, Sun, and Moon, and we have two types of eclipses, the solar and the lunar. The thing is, if we go back to the photo before, as you can see, the sun gives light, but there's a problem because whenever you have something in the way of this light, you will have shadows, you will have umbra and penumbra. So, this is the earth, this is the sun. In this case, the earth is covering the moon, so this is why you will have lunar eclipse. Okay, so solar eclipse. It occurs when the moon is directly in between the sun and the earth. The moon in this photo is blocking the sun's light and making a shadow on an area on earth. As you can see, we have two parts, two different shadows. The umbra, whenever you have the dark, as you can see, the dark area, and the penumbra. And this only happens when you have a new moon phase. This is also a photo for the solar eclipse. So the sun, the moon, and the earth are aligned. They are on the same line, and this is how the moon is standing, if you want to say, in the way of the sun's light towards earth. Okay, I have two kinds of solar eclipses. I have the first one, which is a total solar eclipse. As you can see in the photo, the moon completely hides the light of the sun. And the second one is the partial solar eclipse. In this one, the moon hides a bit of the sun. Now, the lunar eclipses. It's the same thing, but this time it's the earth that is blocking the light from the moon. Okay, so the sun gives the light, but the earth is standing in the way, so the moon cannot have the light that it used to have. This one occurs when earth is directly in between the sun and the moon, blocking the sun's light, so that the earth's shadow hits the moon, casting a shadow over the moon. It also occurs when we have the full moon. In these kinds of eclipses, we also have the total and the partial. In the total, you have the moon is completely immersed in the umbra of the earth's shadow. As for the partial, it's half blocked, or a percentage of it is, if we can say, hiding. Which one occurs most often, solar or lunar? Let's see. The solar eclipses, they occur 2 to 5 times per year, but they cover a very small area. As for the lunar, they occur as well 2 to 5 times per year, but they cover the whole angular size of the earth. This is why we think that the lunar eclipses occur more often than the solar. Quiz time. Okay, so we have this diagram. We have the sunlight, we have the earth. And I have 4 areas, 1, 2, 3, and 4. According to the diagram above, in which area must the moon be located so that it will lie in the earth's umbra? As we know, the umbra is the darkest part of the shadow, which must be part 3.